Someone just walked into my shop with this ring that they bought 1 month ago for over $10,000, and this is how it looks now. See the difference? Well, they made one of these 7 crucial mistakes that I see a lot of people make when they're custom making their engagement rings or just custom jewelry in general. So let's go over these 7 mistakes so hopefully you don't make it and lose out on tens of thousands of dollars. So let's start off with mistake number 1, which is making your jewelry too thin and dainty. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the dainty look, but the problem is if you want that ring to last you a lifetime, not just past the engagement photos, you have to make sure that it is made thick enough. A lot of these big box retailers are selling these ultra dainty rings, which are like 1.5 millimeters or thinner, which is just crazy to me because they know, and everyone in the jewelry industry knows, when you hit it against the counter or you punch someone in the face, which hopefully you're not doing, that ring is not gonna last more than a few months because the materials that we make our rings with, like gold and platinum, are very malleable, meaning they're very easy to bend. If you take a ring, you can easily just bend it like that when it's below 2 millimeters. So my recommendation when I make my custom jewelry is to always make something at least 1.8 millimeters thick. If you could get it above 2 millimeters, that's even better, so it actually lasts you a lifetime. While we're on the topic of durability, let's go on to the second mistake that people make, choosing gemstones that just aren't durable enough for everyday wear in rings. And I see this really often, and I get it. Listen, I'm a gem enthusiast. I like all gems, right? But if someone comes to me wanting an apatite as their center stone in the ring, I'm straight up just gonna say no, because it's not a matter of if it's gonna scratch or crack or break, it's a matter of when. One strike on the table of that stone and it'll crack into a million pieces, and you will be sad, and I will be sad because I have to deal with it. My recommendation for engagement rings specifically, and just rings in general, if you're gonna be wearing it every day, is to choose the right gemstone, like a diamond or a sapphire or spinel, because not only are they hard, but they're tough, meaning they're scratch resistant and they're impact resistant. That being said, if you do like a gemstone that is softer, us jewelers have some tricks to make it more durable. So don't count it out entirely. If your heart is set on something like an emerald, ask a professional like me. We can make it happen. But if you know your heart on your hands, then I would probably steer away from that. Mistake number 3 is very common, and that is cheaping out on the materials when you're actually making the custom ring. I really only recommend 3 options, and that's 14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, and platinum. Fine jewelry is made out of gold and platinum for a reason. They can stand the test of time. I've seen some rings from the 1920s in perfect condition that are made out of platinum. Same thing with gold. While sterling silver is still a precious metal, it will tarnish over time. And what tarnishing does, it kind of like darkens the metal and just makes it lose all of its shine, which some people like the look of, and that's fine. But if you want this ring to last you a lifetime, which I'm sure you do, especially if it's an engagement ring, then I would stick with gold or platinum. Mistake number 4 that I see a lot of people make is not letting the jeweler do their job. Listen, when it comes to custom jewelry, us jewelers are always happy for input. We want your input. We want you to pull inspiration from different places, sketch something out, be like, I want this with this. That is totally fine. But when it actually comes to designing the custom piece in CAD, let us jewelers do our job. We know what works and we know what doesn't work. If we want prongs that are just tiny little specks over the stone, we're not gonna do that because we know the stone is gonna fall out. When we build things in CAD, we know how it's gonna end up looking. You gotta trust the process, you know? Let us be your guide through the mountainous pass of jewelry. Wait, what? Let us jewelers guide you throughout the trail of the unknown when it comes to custom making jewelry, because we've done thousands of jobs and we know what works and what doesn't work. Mistake number 5 is assuming that all jewelry is made equal, and that is just not the case. You could have 2 rings that look pretty similar, but could be completely different when it comes to craftsmanship, finishes, and how it was made. A lot of these big box retailers are mass producing their jewelry overseas and not even paying attention to quality control whatsoever. So the prongs could be bent out of shape, the polishes could be awful, and the solder marks could be hideous, but from a distance, you wouldn't really be able to tell until you take a look in person and until the years that you wear it and you notice, my ring isn't looking so good. And it really comes down to poor craftsmanship. When we make our custom jewelry, we make sure everything is perfect before we send it out to you. So don't assume that all jewelry is made equal. Mistake number 6 is pretty common, and that is having no idea what your partner wants if you're buying it for them. Yes, surprising your partner with an engagement ring is always awesome, but what's really bad is having them be surprised at how hideous a ring looks because you had no idea what they liked. Yes, they're gonna love it regardless, but my recommendation is always just do a little bit of due diligence, check out what they like, go on their Pinterest, ask some friends, look at their jewelry if they already own, and kind of take away some inspiration from that so they don't hate the ring that you give them. Yeah. Which leads me to my final mistake, and that is mistake number 7, not having an idea of your budget. If you have an expectation for a $100,000 ring with a $10,000 budget, most likely it's not going to work out. When it comes to making custom jewelry, we can make things from $1,000 to $100 million and everything in between. If you don't know what your budget is, then it makes it really difficult to communicate what you could actually afford with that budget. So my recommendation is give yourself a budget range, stick to that budget, and we will try to maximize whatever custom jewelry we make within that budget. So there you have it. Those are 7 mistakes that I see a lot of people make. Hopefully this video saves you tens of thousands of dollars and a lot of headaches. And if you want your own custom jewelry, be sure to check out my website, avithegemguy.com. We have a custom jewelry form where you could fill in all the information and we will get back to you. We have a team ready to make your custom dreams come true. Thank you.